WB33 has obtained an internal report that brings into question the current policies of the district when it comes to disciplinary action. And it would be his violent abuse of a child in 1996 that would land him behind bars. This two-day operation will take the combined effort of officers from 3 different agencies, 48 officers to be exact. And in these 2 days, these officers will execute over 300 warrants.
Do police think that this was a random killing?
No, they say that this was probably not a random shooting. In fact, the man that was killed, 32-year-old Miguel Martinez, probably knew his gunman and in fact had some sort of meeting set up. Police say what does make this unusual is this busy location here on Lower Greenville Avenue, the use of a machine gun, and the fact that this man was gunned down in broad daylight. Very somber mood here at AMR headquarters as the first wave of pink slips. And it's also important to know that it's not just about your students' grades. It also means that your child's picture and medical records are also kept private. Now, we should make note that a student's information can be disclosed with parental consent. In 1999, there were 132 fatalities in work zones, and Texas tops that list. In fact, it was 1 year ago that it happened right here in Fort Worth. While students and parents may be talking, the school district isn't. School officials declined an on-camera interview and told me that they are simply enforcing their existing code. In a situation like this, there are things such as cultural differences that have to be taken into consideration. And for this family, what was to be a new life in America instead has turned into funeral preparations. 97 million people use some sort of public transportation. But will these steps here at City Place really lead to the future? And can you really shift the love affair that North Texans have with their car? This is the story of 12 little Girl Scouts, the miracle of the cookies, and how what started out as a small gesture of thanks has now mushroomed into a big campaign of support for those soldiers fighting for our freedom. If you think that the roadways in Dallas-Fort Worth are always under construction, well, then you're right. Because at any given moment, there are hundreds of construction and maintenance work zones and hundreds of workers every day working right beside traffic like this. A medical breakthrough in gastric bypass surgery is drastically changing lives. This cutting-edge technology is also cutting the pounds. Now, if you want to find out more, or if you're a parent or adult and you just want to know what it all means, just go to our website, WB33.com, and you can find the lingo links. That's it for now. Stay tight. We got to bounce. 33's Maria Luce is live there with her 10-gallon on. This may be 15-gallon. I'm not sure if they have those. But, you know, this is expected to be a big year. In fact, there is so much to see and do out here. We can't even show it all to you. And on this opening day, we thought we'd kind of play the part. Got the hat. You know, look here. I even got some chaps. Now, the Tom Joyner Show actually held the promotion, and the DJ says he thinks $1 a gallon is what gas should be, and I think that a lot of travelers would agree with him. Like all good things, it must come to an end. Live in Duncanville, Maria Luce, WB33 News at 9. Live in Dallas, Maria Luce, WB33 News at 9. Reporting live, Maria Luce, CBS 11, Mesquite. Reporting live, I'm Maria Luce, CBS 11, Fort Worth.
And tonight, new information may give parents in Duncanville some ammunition concerning what they perceive as harsh punishment for dress code violations. WB33's Maria Luce has more in this special report. The controversy rages on in Duncanville. It stems from the zero-tolerance enforcement the school board has implemented for student violations of the dress code policy. WB33 has obtained an internal report that brings into question the current policies of the district when it comes to disciplinary action. And now the issue may quickly be shifting to a question of, does the punishment fit the crime? It's an age-old fight, students versus adults, over what can be worn to school. But what's new in this battle is how Duncanville schools enforce their policy. It's zero tolerance, which means so far this school year, more than 1,125 students have been suspended.
I'm fighting for our children, basically just to have a right to get an education.
Teresa Montgomery is not new in this fight over the policy. In fact, she is spearheading a lawsuit against the district.
Can't you see where some people say, you know, part of teaching these children is to say, there are rules in life. These are the rules. And if you don't follow these rules, you must suffer the consequences.
Yes, most of the rules that govern us now, there's an opportunity to correct your mistakes, such as...
Tonight, there's new information that may bolster her battle against the district. WB33 has obtained this 17-page report. It shows disciplinary action taken against students for incidents ranging from physical assault to sexual harassment to possession of a controlled substance. The report shows the type of discipline you would likely see taken against students in any school district in Texas. But those fighting this issue say what's different in Duncanville is that a student who's caught fighting in school may get an in-school suspension or placed in the district's alternative school called Summit, while another student who forgets to wear a belt gets kicked out of school. And that, parents say, is not fair. Getting anyone from the Duncanville administration to talk about the heated issue has been difficult, if not impossible. However, within the past few days, with the surfacing of this internal disciplinary report, Superintendent Dr. Jerry Cook has taken the first steps towards damage control. In a phone interview, he responded to the information disclosed in the report. Cook told me, "Let me be very clear about something. If you take that report and say that we are not serious about sexual harassment or physical violence, or that we take less of a stand on those issues, or to assume that we take those issues less seriously, is misrepresenting the data." Even more interesting is that Cook's school administration has apparently not provided its own board members with the information contained in the report either.
When you see this type of information, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm surprised because I've never seen this information before. But also, what a shame, that we have kids that are violating the dress code and they have to go home.
Montgomery says the district is wrong in not providing this information to parents.
So the school board and the district are deceiving our parents into believing that they are acting in their best interest, when it's reality here that they are not.
The Duncanville School Board is scheduled to meet again on December 8th. And as of now, the enforcement of the dress code policy is not back on their agenda. Maria Luce, WB33, News at 9.
The man was parked in front of Snuffers Restaurant in the 3500 block of South Greenville Avenue when his car was sprayed with bullets. WB33's Maria Luce is live at the scene. And Maria, do police think that this was a random killing?
No, they say that this was probably not a random shooting. In fact, the man that was killed, 32-year-old Miguel Martinez, probably knew his gunman and, in fact, had some sort of meeting set up. Police say what does make this unusual is this busy location here on Lower Greenville Avenue, the use of a machine gun, and the fact that this man was gunned down in broad daylight. The shooting happened here on Lower Greenville Avenue about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Now police are piecing together exactly what happened.
This individual and one of his employees came up here to meet unknown persons for unknown reasons.
What is known is this: the driver of this white BMW and his passenger were parked in front of Snuffers, sitting in their car, apparently waiting to meet someone.
When a suspect carrying a machine gun came up, opened fire on the two people in the vehicle.
Police say a Tech 9 may have been the type of gun that was used. The gunman ran down this alleyway between Snuffers and the Granada Theater, stopping long enough to shoot 4 or 5 times. It was also this alley he would run back through to his awaiting getaway vehicle, a maroon-colored Neon with paper license plates. That's when a witness started following the suspect vehicle. It was here, a few blocks away. The suspect then shot at the witness, although no one was hurt. Police have gathered evidence from the scene and talked to witnesses. Now they say it's just a matter of time before they have the answers.
It is going to be a long trail, but we've got a few leads that we're following. I don't think it'll be long if we identify the suspects.
The suspects, police say, are 2 Hispanic males that they are still searching for. Now, the victim, Martinez, was said to be the owner of a bar here on Lower Greenville Avenue. And some of the other bar owners and business owners that we spoke to this afternoon didn't want to speak on camera, but they said that this is a very close-knit community of business owners here. They were shocked that something like this could happen, but they were relieved to find out that it wasn't just a random shooting. Live in Dallas, Maria Luce, WB33 News at 9.